Hey everyone, before we start today's video, I'd like to take a minute to say farewell to an old friend, Mr. UX2. After a decade of service and being mostly functional, my interface has finally abandoned me and gone to the great scrap heap up in the sky. Here's a sample of the noise he was making before I finally pulled the plug. Now, instead of him, Lady Scarlet has set up shop on my desk and all of my recordings will be going through her. What I'm trying to say is, if the audio sounds scuffed at any point, I don't know what I'm doing. Also, it's allergy season, and I can't breathe. In Project Zomboid, your speed is one of the strongest weapons you have against the hordes of the dead. Walking at a normal pace lets you outrun the ravenous hordes, meaning if you're ever in a bad situation, you can always just walk away. But what if things were different? What if, the day before the zombie apocalypse, you accidentally rollerbladed down a flight of stairs, into the street, and in the way of an oncoming ice cream truck? Today, we explore that. Returning for the third time on this channel is Jim Oldman. Jim is having the worst day of his life. Between being naked and having a mild case of shattered everything, the poor man's day just couldn't possibly be worse. And then the Knox event hit. Now, our hero has to try and hold out for as long as it will take for his bones to heal. I was inspired to do this challenge by Private Lime's series. If you haven't seen it yet, you should really check it out. We start in Cortman Medical in the middle of Muldraugh. Broken and limping with the lights turned off, Jim is so mangled that the only parts of him that aren't broken are his neck and his groin. But it didn't matter. This is Jim Oldman, goddammit. Courageous, heroic, and ready for another night of fun and adventure. I don't want to go out there. We just need to get rid of the medical staff and help ourselves to her clothes and her upstairs apartment, where all sorts of treasure lies in wait. Alright, I think we're good. Oh wow, that's a great way to get myself killed. Jesus Christ. Alright, let's get some clothes on you, buddy. And then, it was time for a little rest and relaxation with some TV. I know the situation seemed dire. Jim was only armed with a suction cup on a stick. But as long as I didn't draw the attention of any hordes, we would be fine. Okay, let's see what's going on outside. No. Oh, that's a problem. Okay, hey, come on. Hey, can you stop that? Can you not? Can you not? Get off of my door. Get off of my door. Oh, now see what you did. See what you did. Well, alright. Time to relocate. With Cortman Medical compromised, I had to get Jim to safety. Luckily, despite having a Jenga tower for a skeleton, he was still unbelievably strong. Can you do it, Jim? My god, Jim. How? How? And that luck was going to continue because it turns out the neighbors had some fantastic loot. A new weapon, some food, and vitamins. The vitamins? Those will be important because Jim's ranking in at a solid 12 on the pain scale. My man is getting zero sleep anytime soon, and if he does, the next few seconds of his life are gonna give him nightmares for years to come. Oh, I fucked up. Oh, I fucked up. As a Vietnam vet, Jim is no stranger to PTSD. I forgot that my arms are fucked up. That's gonna affect my swinging speed. I gotta be careful stomping because I can kill myself by stomping on them. Close the window. My temporary residence has a few corpses in it, but hey, that's fine. What new house doesn't come with a couple? They're like a moving gift, you know? Now, for Jim's next trick, we will cross the street. We will cross the street oh, that's a lot of them. Very slowly and carefully. Nice magazine. I can't read that. I don't know why I keep checking the bookshelves. I can't read. Oh, fuck, that actually startled me. God damn it. Can you open? Can you open? We were 10 hours in, and Jim had managed to successfully get into 2 houses. A lot of effort, but effort that wouldn't go unrewarded. Chips. Dead mouse. Hang on, I have an idea. Now that Jim had a kitchen all to himself, it was time to show off his culinary expertise. Watch my man cook. We're gonna add the dead mouse I found in the drawer into the stew. This is what you left, Linda. You left this. Alone. With access to cooking supplies. Why did you do this to us? There we go. Look at that. That's a fine meal right there. I'll just turn that on. You're about to be so well fed, Jim. All right, and we're gonna just scarf down the whole thing. Wow, 123 hunger just gone right there. Bottoms up, buddy. Look at that. Look at him just scarfing that down. That's unfortunate. Jesus Christ. After a bit of food and some TV, we scoured the house. This man has no curtains in his bedroom. What is with all the guns? Jim was armed to the teeth and ready for action. In theory. If I so much as thought about firing that thing, that house would be Jim's final resting place. The zombies would absolutely bite their way through the house's crunchy outside to get to Jim's soft, gooey, geriatric inside. Instead, through the careful use of a fence and Jim's broken feet, we removed the hordes near our new home. Come on, kill him. Oh no! Okay. We're alive. We're alive. Everyone's okay. Everyone just relax. We're just gonna go back to our house now that I have thinned the population. And then from there, Jim kinda didn't have anything to do. With how hurt he was and with how dark it was getting, I really couldn't do much with the man. So I settled for sealing him away in his new bedroom and forced him to practice reloading. You know, for that gun he was never gonna use. And with a brand new day ahead of us, we sent Jim out to check the neighboring houses. My goal was pretty simple. I just needed to find enough food and supplies for Jim to live long enough for his legs to mend. If I could get Jim's mobility back, even if only slightly, it would make a world of difference. Or even if he kept the severe limp, having arms that could swing would work too. As it stood though, Jim was one minor scrape away from exploding and dying. But that didn't keep him from exploring the amazing world around him. Oh god, that could have killed me. That could have killed me. You could have killed me. You oddly dressed bastard. Tacky looking bitch. And while the houses had some loot, they weren't the most interesting part of that day. Let's go check out this car. If this car has a key and it works, that's fucking GG, you know? Like, that's it. Okay, let's go in. Has a key, okay. Do you have gas? This challenge might have just gotten a lot easier. No gas, shit. The car might have had no gas, but it had a battery and a key. That's 2/3 of a solution to most of Jim's problems right there. For now though, it was time for Jim to get back home, grind some levels, and then finally try to get some sleep. Alright, that should be good. Oh, god damn it. Yep, this is gonna be a problem. Oh, this is gonna be a problem. Well, I'm getting little, like, spurts of sleep. I'm gonna, like, sleep in, like, 5-second intervals. Oh, it's just in time for Jim to wait. Yep, god damn it. After a wonderful night sleeping in 10-second shifts, it was time for a field trip. Where to? Why, the local convenience store, of course, which would hopefully have booze, coffee, and whatever else I could use to keep Jim's mood and energy up. What I was mostly hoping for was just a bag of dark roast that I could give Jim to snort. And this would be an amazing decision because holy hell, Jim found an absolute treasure trove. Big bags of produce, pints of Ben & Jerry's, all the carbs I could eat, and most importantly, coffee. In an emergency, I could cure Jim's fatigue and get him right into fighting shape. It would dehydrate him, and it would fill him with crippling depression, but I could not give less of a flying fuck about that. If the VA doesn't care, then I probably don't need to either. Besides, look at all the cute little shuffle sprints he's doing with all this excitement. That's a happy man right there. I love the visual of an old man in a belly shirt, a puffer coat, and a newspaper hat just hobbling down the street with a big trash bag and a meat cleaver. Just a normal day in Knox County. Nothing unsettling there. Unrelated note, if Jim moves to your neighborhood, lock your goddamn door. The rest of Jim's day consisted of watching TV, murdering the neighbors, then covering up said murders by jamming their corpses into his dresser. Zombies were drawn to the house like a beacon, and I still don't know why. Watching the footage back, the TV is at the quietest setting and every window is covered. I genuinely have no clue what their problem was. Maybe they heard about the weird hobo that was stalking the alleyways the other day, and were trying to deal with him. You know, to save their property values. To stave off boredom for Jim, myself, and the audience, I had Jim scout the area more. The hordes were thin, and Jim usually only had to fight a couple of them at a time. until I saw what was at the end of this street. Ooh. That's too many. That is too damn many. A horde, but one I could choose to ignore. I didn't care about them, or really even the house. I just wanted the tool shed. If I could find some gas, Jim would have a working car. And that was exactly what I was about to do. I can't sneak still. My stealth is still fucked. I am still unable to bend my knees. But if you think the fact I had fuel was the best part of that day, boy, you're in for a surprise. Oh, you actually followed me. Okay. Oh, wow, wait. Oh, you guys are fucked. Jim's combat capabilities just skyrocketed. He could slug zombies hard enough to down them with almost no effort. He could also jog now, albeit with a very bad limp. This, however, meant Jim could put everything he learned in Vietnam to good use. And how would Jim celebrate this development? By scouring more houses, committing several more felonies, and watching TV in the bathroom like an absolute gremlin. Jim was living in so much luxury that he'd managed to put on a few kilos from all the eating and lounging he was doing. Even during the zombie apocalypse, he was still living his best life. The good times, however, would eventually have to come to an end. That zombie over there decided they want nothing to do with this. Understandable. Oh, god damn it. Time to lick it, Jim. Oh, this is a bad time for you to be getting tired, old man. That's a bad time for you to be getting tired. Run. Well, I can't go back to that stretch of road anytime soon. A setback, but luckily a small one. It did, however, mean Jim was done exploring for a bit. So, a decision was made. It was time to leave. We left a little journal for people to find if they ever found this house after we abandoned it. Not sure how that works, the man's illiterate. With that done, I made an executive decision. We were leaving Muldraw altogether. Jim needed to heal and recover, and sitting in the middle of crowded suburbs was not the place to do it. Instead, we headed up the road to find somewhere a little more remote. And along the way, Jim found unbelievably good loot. I'm stopping the car for a second. There's probably a trauma bag in that ambulance, and I want it. Don't see any zombies, let's get to the ambulance. Yeah, baby. Is that a sledgehammer? Really? Yeah, guys? Goddamn, Jim. Maybe the world is making up for how just awful to you it's been. One small drive and a quick jog through the woods later, we arrived. A farmhouse, complete with a well, tool shed, and crop fields for Jim to forage in. All he needed to do was evict the current owner. With that done, Jim had an enormous two-story home all to himself, which meant our next big task was waiting for the helicopter event to pass him by. Oh, that's the helicopter. We'll just have to hang here until... Why did you aim before you went to sleep, Jim? You threatening the door? Seems to be hovering around me quite a bit, which is concerning, because it can't see in here, so I don't know why it would be doing that. That's alarming. I'm sure that's fine. I won't let a thing like that bother me. I'm gonna die. You can stop circling me now. I heard something rustling outside my house. I bet it's those damn neighbor kids again. Yeah, looks like it brought a few to the area. Not many of the... Ooh. Okay, that's still not a ton. Oh, wow, you all were hanging around outside my house. Y'all were trying to ambush me like a bunch of assholes. Okay, that's cool. Kinda rude. I like your hat. I might take it. Yeah, I'm taking your hat. Here, you can have mine. There you go. That's a fair trade right there. He's not even wearing it. Why are you naked? Sir, explain your nudity. Well, I'm not bored anymore. Jim, can you stop being sad? You're kinda harshing my vibes. After removing the unwanted guests that followed the chopper here, I spent a good while just resting off camera, to the point that I was more or less almost completely out of food. And to make matters worse, the closest houses required a jog through the woods to get to. The woods that were now full of roaming zombies who followed the helicopter around. If I wanted to avoid starving to death, Jim was going to have to take some serious risks. That might be too many to beat with a pipe. God, why are there so many here? Okay, that's one pocket of them gone. Hey, bud, how you doing? How you doing? I like your shorts. God, I hate going through the forest when my health is this low. It would be one thing if I could actually run, but yeah, I'm not crazy about this. One extremely stressful walk in the woods later, and I arrived at a small outlet of houses. Somehow, the 4 homes in this area were occupied by at least 30 zombies. I don't know what the living arrangement was like for these people before everything turned to shit, but I imagine it involved a lot of lines for the toilet. Oh, it's an officer. Hi. I want your stuff. Namely these. The search was absolutely worth it, though. The first house had a huge helping of food, more than enough to hold Jim over for a few days. The second house had a tiny amount of food and a pair of deviant zombies engaged in premarital sex having. The third house, though, plenty of food, only a couple of zombies, and even more ammo for Jim's rifle. A haul that made the trip more than worth it. Now there was only one small issue. I needed to get Jim back home. And normally, that would have been fine. Until the great Lord Spiffo reminded me, he's not always a merciful god. I'm just gonna jog to get the rest of the way there. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, where? Fuck, I'm gonna bleed to death if I don't move faster. Come on, Jim! Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Go inside, patch that up, patch that up, patch that up, patch that up, patch that up. Oh, that was bad. I could have died there. I almost died. Thankfully, it was only those 2 zombies I had to deal with. Good thing too, cause I used my only bandage on that scratch. Imagine bleeding out after brushing your leg up against a tree. Death by splinter in the middle of the apocalypse. Knowing Jim, that wouldn't even be surprising. You know what was surprising though? I made this discovery 2 days later. So, small update. I'm removing the bandage and the splint on my hands, and my hands are fully healed. So there's that. That's pretty neat. So I'm gonna remove the splint on my foot, and we'll see what's up there. Alright, my foot's doing fine, as is my other foot. If the right one's fine, I'm assuming the left one is. Alright, I've got most of my limbs back. Oh my god, Jim can walk. Holy shit, Jim can walk. Jim can walk, Jim can run. Yes, okay, the arms are good. Is it just my chest and my head now? Yeah, my thighs are good. It's just these then. It's just these. Yes, Jim had fixed his limbs. Now the only bones he had to heal were the 2 unimportant ones. His skull and his ribcage. Luckily, nothing vital's contained in either of those, especially that one. And with the huge stockpile of food and Jim's mobility restored, the danger was becoming a distant memory. 2 days later, the best news finally came. Jim just woke up from a nap, and I noticed, his health bar went up. Can I? Oh my god, I can actually sleep. Am I healed? Oh my god, Jim's healed. That's it. That's it, we're done. Holy shit, it took 24 days and 14 hours. Oh my god. Hang on, I gotta show you something that was happening off camera, one moment. So, goes without saying, the power's out, and has been out for a while now. This was how I was keeping Jim alive. Just fields and fields of furrows I dug to get worms, and then running around out in the farm plot over there to look for food. It looks like you survived yet another challenge, my dude. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching all the trials and tribulations of Mr. Oldman here. If you did, remember to leave a like, and why not sub to the channel while you're at it. A huge shout out to my supporters on Patreon, and to everyone who watched the stream of the first half of this playthrough. I'll see you all next time.